Hello, and welcome back. Oh, I forgot to open OBS. Well, hello. Oh, still can't see. Oh. Oh. Oh, you still can't see. Hello and welcome back to Silksong. So far in Silksong, we are quickly approaching Act 3, the final act of the game, presumably, where we will, fuck bitches get money. The game opens with Hornet getting abducted from the Kingdom of Hollownest, presumably, I used that word twice and I also used it wrong just then, following the events of Hollow Knight. She's abducted and taken away from Hollownest and brought to the Kingdom of Farloom, where she quickly learns that her ancestors, the Weavers, are located. At one point, they were located. We have yet to see a Weaver that is of sound mind. However, at some point they were here, and maybe even from here, given what we've learned from a character called the First Sinner. We have been going through after escaping our cage, collecting our tools, and regaining our previous power, the power that we had in Hollow Knight, and trying to reach the peak of the mountain, where there is a twisted and corrupt divinity causing the people in this mountain, on this mountain that is the Kingdom of Farloom, to become haunted, where they are losing their mind and becoming aggressive. We have been defeating a lot of these haunted creatures, a lot of these haunted bugs, and trying to reach that peak, learning more about the citadel that it used to reign over, and the, or really still reigns over, and again, our ancestry, where we learned that possibly, or rather, theoretically, the Weavers that were in Farloom rebelled against the divinity for, as of now, unknown reason. One reason they have pushed forth is that the divinity lied and said that the Weavers were divine beings themselves, when in reality they were not, and instead were just the average bug given intelligence. I don't think that's really the whole reason. I don't think we know the whole reason right now. Frankly, because if that is the only reason, then it's kind of dumb. So, we're learning more about why they rebelled and why they eventually abandoned Farloom and moved to Hollownest, where they would then use their leader, Hera the Beast, they would use Hera the Beast to breed with the King of Hollownest, the Pale King, in order to create Hornet. We don't know why they left this kingdom, or why that was something that Hera desired, but we do have a theory on that as well. It seems like this rebellion sect of the Weavers were trying to create some sort of offshoot or of this divinity, or a rival for this divinity that could take it down. We've seen this through a character named the Phantom, we've seen this through a character named Ava, and we've seen this briefly through a character named Lace. These three ladybugs seemed to be against this divinity by nature. They were created for that purpose, but for whatever reason, all three of these creations were deemed as failures, and so they could not take down the divinity. They then went to Farloom and created Hornet, who maybe is the creation that can. We'll see. There's also a bunch of other side stories in here. There was a parasite who made us pregnant. Hornet showed her gawk a few times. We have met with a lot of pilgrims who are here trying to climb the mountain to meet the divinity or join the Citadel, which is a holy city of haunted bugs. We've met a few other side characters here or there, like I think it was the Green Prince, who is a kind of a widow, who lost his lover through currently unknown means, but was mimicked by the clockwork, the cogwork dancers, who apparently mimic who they were in the past. There's a whole bunch of other stuff here. There's also other kingdoms inside of Farloom, such as the ants or the, what were they called? Such as the ants or the sands of Karak, who were both separate kingdoms, separate from, this divinity, but were, eventually overtaken by this divinity, as well as the kingdom of Bilewater, which was also a separate kingdom not owned by this divinity and their reign, but was eventually taken over. Lastly, there was the Fleas, who we found all of the remnants of because they were scattered, and gave them a new home of Fleetopia. That's pretty much everything, I think. Yeah. Lastly, before we wrap up, just to get you fully caught up to where we are, because I think today is going to be a big episode of Discovery. I think. And if it isn't, then I won't give this big of a recap next time. This region is an ecosystem of economy. So the way that it works is there are layers in which the economy of this region flows, and it seems like that economy is religion-based through rosaries. So the economy itself is baked in religion. So we kind of have like a leveling system of wealth, right? So we have the Citadel, which is like, and presumably, I'm using that word a lot, above the Citadel, that is the like well-off individuals, the people that are viewed as holy, that are viewed as worth it, and are given riches beyond their dreams and live in luxury, of course, until the haunting. Then we have the two sections inside of that, really three, but we'll talk about the third separately. We have two sections inside of that, one being the Underworks, which is a region that basically just kind of keeps the Citadel clean, keeps the Citadel running. They are the blue-collar workers who don't get paid anywhere near what they deserve, and they live in they live in a hoarded region of squalor. I think that's the right word. What's worse, even beyond that, sometimes in death they aren't even granted solitude, as their silk, meaning their soul, is taken from them and given to other bugs in order to extend their life, or, and this is a big theoretical thing that we're going to learn more about today and is the reason why I'm doing this big recap, or is put inside of robots inside of the cogwork, which are robots embedded with soul themselves that are forever keeping the cogwork running, keeping the Citadel running, keeping everything going. We're going to learn more about that today because a lot of that is theory based off of one interaction I've had. So we're going to learn more. But then, because of these two sections then have multiple sections spewed off from them that are basically the like hub of this is the hub of this area, and This is the cause. Let's talk about the, shoot, what's the goddamn word? This is the cause. Let's talk about the effect. Got there. Because of the Citadel and the Underworks being where they are and functioning the way they do, they then have to have a region to punish the sinners who go against the Citadel. This is 2 locations. This is the Slab, which is for bigger crimes against the Citadel. And then there's Sinner's Road, which is for lesser crime. It seems. They have so many criminals and so many laws that they need 2 places to keep them. These 4 regions then cause so much pollution to gather in their systems from this cogwork that pollution is then pumped directly into a region called bile water. It's pumped through to bile water from the putrefied ducts. The ducts go into bile water, causing bile water to exist. There is very little of the putrefied ducts left unaffected by the pollution caused by the Citadel. So that rains down. And this region is left unaffected for now. The bile water and the remnants of the Underworks then rains down into the region called Greymore, where the deaths of everyone in the Underworks and everyone in bile water and everyone and so on and so forth causes that soul to drip down into Greymore, where that soul is then collected in spools that is then sent back up to the Citadel to again extend life, or maybe as a power source as well. The battery that keeps the cogs running. Then, from there, we have the city of Belhart, which is kind of the... let's call it the middle class, right? Then we have the city of Belhart, which is kind of the middle class. Notice how small Belhart is. Notice how itty-bitty Belhart is. We have Greymore, which is a city in its own right, but it's mostly industry. That is mostly industrial. We have the Underworks, which is mostly maintenance and janitorial. We have the Citadel, which is the big city, the upper class. Everywhere except for the Citadel is either wilds or low class. Belhart is the only place that is middle. From there, the people of Belhart and assumedly Greymore then work in the deep docks, where this is also industry. In this region, they form metal that makes up the bells and the cogs and the so on and so forth to keep everything going. They also mine for flint rock, I think they called it, or was it flint stone? Hang on, I have a thing of it. Flint slate. They mine for flint slate, which maybe also is part of this energy source. I don't know. But mostly it seems like Deep Docks is like casting. And then we have the Morrow, which is the entrance, basically, and didn't, again, theoretically, assumedly. We have the Morrow, which is a new civilization forming, which is the beginning of the pilgrimage to climb the mountain and meet this divinity. The Marrow used to just be wilds, but, or actually, I'm wrong, sorry. Whoops, didn't mean to do all that. Well, Bone Bottom is a new civilization formed by bugs starting their pilgrimage. This region, theoretically, was not, I'm going to put that in the survey for this one single recap. Don't put that in the survey. The Bone Bottom, theoretically, was not formed, during the divinity's reign before all of this haunting shenanigans happened. Bone Bottom is a new civilization forming of pilgrims starting their pilgrimage, which starts by going through the Marrow. The Marrow in Bone Bottom, back then, used to be wilds. These were unclaimed wilds. The Marrow remains that. The Marrow is still unclaimed wild. However, is built on the bones of bugs from the past. Farfields is also wilds and seems to remain wilds. However, Farfields is very closely related to Hunter's March. It seems like these two regions are kind of one and the same. This is a region of, again, one of those places that wasn't under the divinity's rule. This was instead ruled by the ants. However, it seems as though the ants have also been overtaken by this divinity, assumedly by the queen being overtaken by her. Wormways are also the wilds. Blasted Steppes are the gateway in. Shellwood is food for Bellheart and Greymore. The Sands of Karak are once again one of those regions that is not under the reign of the Citadel. And Mount Fay seems like this used to be the home of the Weavers before they were, again, rebelling against this divinity. We can see evidence of this rebellion through Weaver Nest Atla, and several other Weaver nests that are throughout the region, like one right here, one right here-ish, and I think there was one more somewhere, but I don't remember. These Weaver nests are brief glimpses into the rebellion that they were holding. Oh, it was right here. Brief glimpses into the rebellion that they had. Every single one of these regions had something to do with the downfall of this kingdom. And while we don't have all of the puzzle pieces yet, and both story-wise and also map-wise, we can very clearly see a hierarchy being built throughout this land. Now, as I'm wrapping up this recap, keep in mind of what I just said. Everything that I just said could be proven wrong in the next 5 hours. All right. Last time, we went through and we collected all of the fleas. We finished off the flea. I believe I've also purchased everything from the stores. I don't think there's anything more to purchase. We know that there is an NPC somewhere in Hunter's March that I can't gain access to quite yet. There's also a thing that needs a key right here. It looks like a diving bell. We don't have the key. And I recall there being other things. There looked to be a door in the Moss Grotto that I could not access. And I don't remember what some of these markers are by this point. I've been playing this game for over 100 hours. That's pretty much everything. So we have one goal today. We have one singular goal. We are going to go to Cogwork, and we are going to finish exploring this zone down here, which I believe we've done, but I want to see if there's anything right here. And then we are going to climb and achieve the final piece for the melody. That is our goal today. Remind me what's over here. An arrow down. Where's this leave? Into Cogwork. Okay. Finishing off the last of my ice cream. What kind? Whoa, what is that? Is that a fucking sound maker thing? Do I have you? I'm gonna have to do this a lot. Let me find the cog. That was the fourth chorus. There you are. So I need the wall climber pokies, and I need the spear guys. Got it. They don't get got by that. Oh, interesting. Maybe he's just attacking me too fast for it to trigger? Do you get got by it? You do. If it fix it, me work the tunnel. See, that's why I think they have the souls of people inside of them. Souls of bugs, rather. Neapolitan? Hell yeah. It doesn't hurt you? Okay. Seems like this is gonna suck with Beastcrest. Oh, there we go. Strawberry vanilla chocolate? Really? Bonk, thank you for the sub. Hope you enjoy your emotes and your balloons. Prime Gamey. I don't know, I like chocolate. The real play is to mix it all together. Cogwork Defender. Cogwork construct forged primarily of the core's protection. Bears a shield and poke pin, and possesses a lethal understanding of their use. It has no true mind, and yet fights effectively, adjusting its strategy to my movements. Where exactly are its thoughts written? Just realizing what I've realized. Okay, it looked like it could be a secret, but maybe something later. Why am I over here? What happened? Oh, I was just reading it. Duh. Yeah, can someone look something up for me? What are those? You know those pianos? That like autoplay, they have like the film reel thing inside of it, and like it spins around and it plays the notes on the little film reel thing. I'm using the word film reel, but that's not what it's called. What is that called? What is the paper with the notes that is playing the music called? I see. Player piano roll. That is boring. I don't think necessarily that's what these spinner things are. Maybe it's called something else when it's inside of a clock and it's making the noise like that, making the song. When clocks making songs kind of thing. Maybe it's something else. But functionally, same shit. Ah, dang. Functionally, same shit. I think that's what those little spinner things are. I think the music that we're hearing is not like... I think the music we're hearing is diegetic. And those little reels, that right there, is playing it. The chiming wheel? Sure. Is that what it's called in a clock? This thing. Noticed when I killed that guy, a bug flew out. A bug fly out of you? Huh.
Fuck you specifically.
I don't think that's been happening every time I've killed something. Yeah, it's like a music box, yeah. Either way, you all know what I'm talking about. I think that these little real things that we're seeing are where this music that we're hearing is coming from, alongside also, like, you know, all the clock sounds, like the tick-tocks and stuff, you know. Not the app, like the... Hear the sounds of something repairing? That's gonna open. They're all going up that way. We actually had these things. Psalm cylinder. I think that, I forgot that we had these. I think those big things are basically just the big versions of the Psalm cylinder. Yeah, I forgot that we had these. Oh, I have to match them up? I see. What's down this way? Is this just the exit? Yeah. Okay. I like that I can move this. Hi, Wade. How are you? Okay, that doesn't match up. Oops. None of those match up. Whoops. I lost track of which ones were what now. Oh, I got that one. Kind of accidentally. Okay. Those match? Alright. Those match? There we go. Start at the top. How goes things here? Good so far. We basically just started. I did a big long recap. Oh, those match. They were very generous with these. Okay. None of those match. Whoops. Those match. I accidentally got the second one, too. There we go. You do the recap again for me? Nah. You can rewind the VOD. Boop. One part of the threefold melody entrusted to the industrious architect. Cool. Do I have the music turned down? No. Boop. Very cool. I don't know, it feels very quiet. I don't know why. I like it though. Because this isn't right. I mean, even this is loud. It was just that. Maybe because that's under sound effects. Maybe that's under sound volume. Is that what it is? Whoa! Well, we found it. We found why it was quiet. I wasn't expecting it to brap. Brap. Hang on. I'm moving a little bit too quick. I feel like a woman. Whoops. Hey, whoop. You know you can't be hasty. Hi, Quack. How are you? Hi, Vic. How are you? Oh, I'm right here. Okay. Yeah, I do the cooking by the book. All these little nodules off the side. It could be nothing. Could be everything. Don't worry, I'm okay. I'm glad you're okay. And... Can you hear me right now? Because I don't think I have captions, right? Because the dev won't fucking respond to me. Can't be too mad, because they make an amazing service. It's an amazing, amazing plugin. I can't be too mad about it. Gee golly, would I love it if they would reply to me. I have earbuds in right now? Oh, okay. Is this just one of your vocal stims? I don't even remember what I said. I didn't realize I was still small. Oop. I also didn't realize that was going. Pilgrim. I don't remember what voice I did. Pilgrim of Phylum Eternal, you rare chosen who hath ascended to this final threshold, listen to our wish, deliberate, that you may rise above and see your pilgrimage end. We would hear the song of the architects at the core of the citadel. They who sustain our realm, its walls, its floors, and its voice, even as others fall silent. We would hear the voice of the keepers within their grand vaults. They who guard our history, our prayers, and our secrets across the ages. We would hear the melody of the conductors high in their gleaming towers. They, bearing the heaviest mantle, would guide our land ever to greatness. Pilgrim who would hold our song within your shell, rise above. Offer your most devout self unto our sacred heart. Yeah, I had dice in there and I had to pour them out. Now, hang on. Rise above the citadel and confront the one who haunts the lands of Phylum. Did I get all these bugs? Did I miss any bugs? Alright, well. I'm sure I'll have an opportunity to get more bugs. I need puny pentant. I have no idea where to get puny pentant. Anything else? I still gotta kill more of these cogwork crawlers. Should I do this now or should I do it after? I should probably do it now. I should probably get it out of the way. It's not gonna take that long. Well, this one might take a little bit. I don't know where to get those. This one might take a little bit. I don't know. It's actually a boss. I'll get that eventually. This one might take a little bit, actually. I'm missing quite a few. I wasn't as diligent as I needed to be. Yeah. Came for the bug cock for the advertisement? Oh, don't worry. There will be plenty in due time. In due time. I mean, I'm not missing that many. I am missing more than I would like to be. But I'm not missing that many. I've only seen one of these guys. I mean, I think I'll probably have time. I doubt that they're gonna cut these off in Act 3. And I'm sure I'll be made aware of a point of no return if there is one for all. I don't even remember seeing these. I don't know, chat. It's up to you. Chat, do you want me to go kill all these bugs and complete our book right now? Or do you want to go up in this elevator? How you doing, Faloof? Its form is certainly based on bugs found outside the Citadel. In my own craft work, I too often look to nature for inspiration. Huh. Oh, hello. Fight alone in here? Hi. Okay. Puny pendant, small bug shackled and cowl for a shin committed within the Citadel. Their thick shroud leaves them sightless, yet it seems to matter little. They have no care for their own safety, wishing only to charge at those they sense as sinful.
Yummy, yummy! Oh, are you here to serve me?
I'm merely a visitor here, little one. Have you made this place your home, then?
I hope. Yes, lovely and warm. The big ones, they bring me food whenever I'm hungry. And I'm hungry now. Eggy, eggy. I'll eat a lot, grow big and fat, and then I'll lay lots of eggies. They bring me plenty of food, so they must want plenty of eggies. And plenty they shall have, if they're nice to me. Eggy, eggy, I want to lay a lot of pretty eggies, so tell the big ones to bring me more food. Fill your belly with lovely eggs. When you're hungry, eat and eat. Grow bigger, bigger, oh so big. Fill your belly with lovely eggs. Eggy, eggy, big and warm. When you're hungry, eat and eat. Grow bigger, bigger, oh so big.
Fine shot with its sharp math. Its aggression has no ill effect on its aim. Sparlid, small arachnid found in many crevices and caves throughout Farloom. Something in their assault reminds me of my own skill. Though their talents are born purely of instinct, my technique is formed from hard training. Wild that they're hinting at the thing that we already know through the first dinner is that all the weavers are Farloom. Theoretically. This is her origin. And they hint to that in the Hunter's Journal. Very cool. Final audience. Attend this Sentinel's request, Hunter in Red. Meet in high halls, the chamber of its fellows. The way shall be marked. Left near Songclave. Okay. Oh, hey. Fair meeting. Oh, fair meeting again, Sir Knight. I see this bell has drawn you, too, towards its safety.
Who would have guessed, Jester? A safe corner, hidden so high atop Farloom's cursed crown. Our fair village may have fallen, but for these fellows, these scared few, our honor charges us to keep them safe. Our Hornet shall raise for them after some rest.
Hold fast to your new charge, Garmond. See, these bugs survive, and know I aim, in time near, to cut down this curse at its core.
Zaja and I will tarry here a little longer. These pilgrims need watching over. We are committed to the task.
Hell yeah. So apparently more's changed by me opening that path than first expected. I will have to check the other wishes. Where's the mark near Songclave? Maybe it's right outside the exit. Is it right here? Yep. Now that I've bound it to a button, really enjoying the backstep. I just beefed it twice, but I'm really enjoying the backstep. Okay. Where do you go from here? I had to kill some loot. Let me track this again. Okay. To the left. To the, oh. To the left some more. Oh. Okay. I will return. It was either going towards high halls or they were going down. So, one of the two. So we can just kind of... Okay. Back up to high halls. Oh, I can't believe I didn't see this. Oh, this is new.
Nesvia?
I'm here, Gilded One.
Pasfine?
I had thought I was answering your summons as a friend. Or at least an ally. But now that we stand together in this place, I can sense your intent. You mean to raise your blades against me? Am I your enemy then? The defense of the sacred citadel and the voices that fill it is the eternal duty of the Sentinels. Termination is the necessary fate of all those enthralled by the Whispering Silk.
Yanara.
You believe me haunted? A slave to the pale threads? I think you're more perceptive than that. My silk is my own, as is my will. Unsure is this citadel. Nope. Unsure is this sentinel. But both haunted and innocent you seem. With regret, the sentinel must test the strength of your will. Okay. You're fucking awesome. Oh my god. Oh, I'm alive. No, I'm not. Oh, it's, oh. Again. Hi, King Craft. How you doing? I'm doing good. Again. Very similar to the Weaver. Very similar fighting style to the Weavers. Doesn't take. Okay. I love that their weapon is broken scissors, and yet they're trying to cut my thread, so I'd prefer if the scissors stayed broken, you know what I mean? Hey, can I get out of this corner? Alright, I got my bearings. I figured it out. Those. Most. My bad. My bad. My bad. Okay. Okay. That fucking sucks. I dashed into it. Okay. That was cool. I'm losing it. Nope, lost it. Lost my rhythm. Whoa! Did you see that? That was so cool! That was so cool! I just bounced off of the wind slash!
By the purity of your will, the clarity of your intent, you are innocent of the silken curse. Failed as this sentinel, your judgment, will it accept?
Hironare.
Is this truly failure, Gilded One? You meant to test me and have done so. I would expect nothing less of a true guardian. The matter is resolved. There's no need of death. Stand, and let us part as friends.
Accept a token of this sentinel's order. As friends, let us part.
Reserve Bind. Ornate artifact of the Citadel, able to hold a bind's worth of silk, used when healing is needed and one's natural resources run low. Reserve Bind will be restored when resting at a bench. What? A bind's worth of silk. That seems wild. That seems crazy. That seems crazy good. Speaking of. So no music, right? But I want to point out this composition of this scene right here. So we got 4 dead sentinels. We got 4 dead sentinels. All like in different positions. You know, none super notable except for maybe the one in the middle, where you can see the robotic hand, right? But then you look in the background, and you see this giant cocoon-looking weave. And from one perspective, that is just something that is around. However, if you've been paying attention, that is the symbol of this divinity. We've seen it throughout the game There's been like little fucking pillars that have it and stuff, but most notably we've seen it down here where some deep dock workers were worshiping it. So in the background, there's a giant altar, maybe, that is this divinity. But in front of this altar to this divinity, there is a chain drooping down. Now, what exactly that's trying to say, I don't know. What it's most likely symbolizing, a chained divinity? I don't know. Oh, and it's a window. Ah, it's not an altar, it's a window outside. Ew. Very interesting. See, there's it right there. There's little markings of this divinity symbol in so many places. And it's definitely Weaver-esque. I mean, it's not even the fucking saving sign just then, see? It's right here. Like, it's everywhere. Their talent and intelligence of this... The talent and intelligence of this construct goes far beyond others I have witnessed. They seem less built as a tool to serve than an attempt at life itself. Okay. Let's do a little theory crafting. Here. So, as we were fighting the second Sentinel, I pointed it out. They were using moves that we have only seen Weavers use. We've seen Lace use it. We've seen the Widow use it. The first Sinner, right? The Phantom. What if the souls of dead bugs are inside of each and every one of the constructs? And the Sentinels are Weaver souls. I don't know. You can't really say much because that is kind of a jump, right? In order to believe that, you have to... Well, in order to believe that, you also have to believe in the stack of cards underneath it. You have to believe that, A, the constructs are the dead souls of bugs, right? You have to believe, B, that those moves are exclusive to Sentinels. You have to believe, C, that a Weaver soul specifically is inside of, you got to believe so much to believe in that house of cards, and if any of those cards are wrong, it's like immediately done. So it's like, but I don't know. So apparently we have to go check the wish boards before we go up in that elevator. But we were down here. What's the next one that we need to complete? Palanica. Floral foe that reacts instinctively to movement nearby. Spits pellets of crackling pollen that burst on impact. What exceptional senses it possesses. It detects me with ease, even when not a single sound is made. I gotta kill these guys. Crust Crag. Coral hulk with a dense shell bred to immense size by the Citadel's memoriam. Nature distorted. This bug was born tiny and mild. The Citadel deformed it in a futile hope it may sustain. Are these the regions? Green being moss home, marrow kind of, red being Karak, the brown being the craw maybe? Because there was a craw area just there. I don't know what the blue would be. Are these the regions? I don't know. Splinterhorn. Insect formed to imitate a branch. Born with sharp retractable horns atop its head, its shell gives it the advantage of surprise. but also forces it into a slender, brittle shape that cannot withstand a heavy attack. Liquid lacquer. To who?
Delivery, deadly dangerous. Fearsomely cold. For old bug up there that doesn't need it very much. Serves us all, he does, so we serve back.
I don't know who.
A great test, Miss Courier. Most challenging challenge. This lacquer is, to be, sloshy slosh. Hard carry even for the best.
Cadestre.
I've met this maker. He is a long servant, worthy of respect. I'll be glad to aid his efforts. Who are they talking about? Who is this? Who is this? Who is? I don't remember. Who is this? No memory. This is a long walk. I guess to Blasted Steps I go. Two things. One, I wanted to test that. Two, I need my sprint. There's a very sudden cut in music. Okay, I gotta be careful. Alright, I'm gonna go up here, then I'm gonna go up to the Dick and Balls and head through where the Bellway is. Nice. Be very careful. This doesn't seem to be going down with time. Okay. A little bit of a detour of what we were doing, but okay. We weren't in any hurry. After all, I've already been playing this game for 100 hours, you know, what's 80 more, you know? Whew! I'm good. Might honestly be the scariest part of this thing right here. Yep. There's one. Onward and upward. Sorry, I'm a little quiet because I'm locking the fuck in. Just a tad. Okay. I want to just go straight up. The path I very rarely take. I'm being extra cautious. I think I've only taken this path like twice. At the very beginning of the game, which was, at this point, 100 hours ago. Probably like, give or take, 60 hours ago. Give or take. Oop, wrong way. Alright. Believe good here. But I am quickly approaching a bit of a scary part, which would be the slab. But I gotta do it. Okay, what did those guys? I gotta go straight down. I'm gonna go very slow because I'm afraid. Once we're through here, we should kind of be home free. Is that the place? Yeah. No! I missed a jump. A little less home free than before. Okay. Gotta make a mighty far climb. Without really beefing anything at all. Pretty sure I gotta go this way. Yeah. There it goes. Whew. There it goes. Okay. So now I gotta go back to Bellheart. Weird how that works out. Mm-hmm. Bellheart. Interesting. Huh. Do you know if the new Jurassic World game is still using AI or did they move past that? Here's the thing. Pretty sure they replaced the bits that were AI. Pretty sure. because it was the profile pictures for the scientist. I'm sure you could look it up and figure out if that's correct or not, but let's say that they did. Let's say that they removed that AI from the game. Same thing with Expedition 33. They removed the AI from the game. Same thing with Arc Raiders, less removal, more they only used AI for these two things, being the text-to-speech voice acting and the robot movement, right? Let's say that that's what they're using, right? If that's what's public, if that's what we know about, imagine how much we don't. Because once you start using AI for one little thing, all of a sudden it becomes really easy to use it for another little thing. All of a sudden that barrier of anti-AI-ness is gone, and you're willing to use it for a lot more once that barrier is down. You have one cigarette, you're bound to have a second one. You know what I mean? So, like, sure, the AI scientists are out of the game. What else is AI in that game? We'll probably never know. What else was AI used for in Expedition 33? We'll probably never know. Where else is AI used throughout Arc Raiders? Because it's definitely training its AIs off of the players. That's in their terms of service that it's allowed to do that. So, how much more is it being used for? Is it being used for the costumes that have tubes coming out of nowhere? We'll probably never know. But the point is that they used AI for these things that we know about, so there is surely a lot more AI in those games that we don't know about. Same thing with the alters, who used ChatGPT to fill out a background asset, and who used a AI translation for certain languages. If they used it for those two things, and we know about that, I can't imagine how much they used it behind the scenes. It's a slippery slope. Whether or not you're willing to forgive that and still play the game, be that silly dinosaur game or silly robot Arc Raiders or whatever the hell, right? Whether you're able to let that go and play these good games, right? AI or not, they're good video games. Whether or not you're willing to let that go, well, that's up to the individual. But the fact remains that they're using. And the fact remains that by them using it, they are accepting what it is doing to our world. So, it's up to you. Anyways, I'm gonna deliver this sloshy. I went too far. While I disagree with so much that the Embark CEO believes in with his AI destined future and stuff, I do think that he's right on one thing. Nice. If something doesn't change drastically with the regulations on these things, every game is going to use AI in the future. Every single game is going to be filled with generative AI. That might mean just for background assets. That might mean for concept art. You know, the degree of that I don't know. But I do think that he is right. That if there is not a restriction put on it to stop it from happening, in a big country like America or Japan, one of the primary video game or Poland or Sweden, one of the primary video game development countries, there is not a regulation put on it to stop its utilization. It's just going to keep going. It's just going to be used more and more, over and over. And for bigger and greater things. Greater meaning like expansive, not greater as in infinite. No. It really depends. I hate how I can't even goon without AI art. So true. Man, that's so real. I'm mad that Expedition 33 used AI and didn't mention anything until recently. I already have played the game, though, at this point, and it was still beautiful. I think that for me, this is one of those things where it's like, it's where you set the bar. Every single individual is going to be different on this, you know? For me, personally, from what we know so far, I'm okay with Expedition 33's use of the AI stuff. I'm not okay with it in the way that I think that they should continue to do it. You know, like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying what they did is valid. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I would still play Expedition 33 knowing what they used it for. I don't like that they used it, and I would have rather they didn't, but I would still play it. I would not do the same for Arc Raider. I would not do the same for... I would do the same for the Altars. I would do the same for this Jurassic Park game from what we know. But again, if they were willing to use it on this, where does it end? You know? So it really just depends on your personal limit. I think AI is great. People will lose jobs by the thousands. Fun all around. I have a job that won't be affected by AI. Everything will eventually. They're already stealing my job. It's crazy. I don't know. It's just, also, hi, Andre. How are you? For real, though. It's like, where are my words? Not for decades, you'd be surprised. We're goofing though. Fuck, where's my brain? Okay, let's not run into that silly guy again. Brain. Nope, it's gone. They're gonna steal mine too. They kind of already are. I don't know. It really depends on where you set your limits. I think that this is one of those like highly individualistic things. And I think that most people are against it. I think that there is a place where AI is useful and good, but greed corrupts it immediately, and it's not gonna be at that point. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's like AI, generative AI specifically. Generative AI could be an amazing tool. It could be an amazing thing. Greed corrupts it, it's not going to reach that. And instead, it's just going to ruin people's lives. And ruin our world, you know? I do that before? That's what I got caught up on last time, too. Oh wait. That's not it. How did I do that? Okay. I lost the thing, but I'm still gonna keep trying to figure out how I did this last time. Oh, okay, I figured it out. Okay. Back to the boys! I'll continue saying what I was saying now. I think that AI could be an incredible tool. Incredible! It could change the world and only for the better. But because of the greedy capitalists, it's just not gonna reach that. It's just gonna be immediately brought to a level that instead, rather than being a tool for humans to use, it is a tool that loses humans. It gets rid of humans. It replaces humans, and it's like. It's like we don't. And I think, based off of what I see around, and even talking to, like, my family who are very right-wing, some more than others, it seems like most people are against AI to some degree. Some are more for it than others, you know? But it seems like everybody is pretty against AI or don't care about it, you know? At the very least. But it's all the investors. It's just the investors. It's Silicon Valley. That's all it is. It's no one else. It's just them. There's, of course, outliers. You know, there are people that will fucking vie for anything that is publicly viewed as bad because they're fucking weirdos. But, like, still, you know, it just... It seems like most people are against it.
Hey, settle down. Take it easy.
I agree, Tammy.
What the scallop? I'm a goofy goober!
I use Gemini on my phone as a rubber ducky kind of thing to talk to when I'm alone and I need another person. It helps me regulate my thoughts and feelings. My home assistant, my Alexa, stop, keeps asking me if I want to switch her to her new voice, and I keep having to say no. She advertises it to me like at least twice every day. I don't want to use your fucking new AI-generated voice that's supposed to sound more human. I don't want a robot that sounds more human. I want a robot that sounds more robot, you know? Like Pancake. AI would be great for things like, I have an idea for a game or idea, make it myself with the AI, pay to have it on iTunes or something, make money, not for replacing retail workers and customer service workers. You just replaced game developers. You just replaced artists. You just replaced programmers. You just replaced game designers. You just replaced so on and so forth, just to make AI slop and sell it on a phone. Imagine AI and self-driving cars, all bus drivers, cab drivers instantly jobless. Kind of already happening. And yeah, because there's the Waymos in, I think they're only in California right now? Yeah. I'm okay with it being... I already read that. AI would be beneficial in the medical field and such like that. Quicker and more efficient diagnosis. I agree. But you might have an idea that will never get made. I'm not replacing studios. Okay, I hear you. All right, let's take away the taking away jobs part. I want to be clear, Andre. I appreciate you. Thank you for discussing with me. I appreciate it. I hear you, and I understand that. And it's kind of the same concept of like people using AI to make art rather than commissioning someone, because they weren't going to commission someone anyways. They would have just Googled an image and used it, right? Which I think is mostly fine. Mostly. If you're just doing like a home game of D&D, you don't need to commission someone to make every single fucking token. You're just going to Google it anyways. Do whatever the fuck you want. But by doing it that way, right? Like, let's go back to what you're saying of like making a game. Let's actually fuck that. Never mind. Scratch that. Let's talk about like piano, right? Let's say piano. Let's say I want a... Let's use me, all right? Let's say I'm making a game, or fuck, Jesus Christ. Let's say I was reading chat. Let's say I'm making a video, right? Let's say I'm making a YouTube video, and I want the intro of the YouTube video to have a short montage that has a song made with a piano and a violin, right? For that montage, I have 4 options. Option number 1 is to cut it and forget it, right? Right? That's option number 1. Option number 2 is to commission someone to make that for me. Option number 3 is to generate it with AI. Option number 4 is to learn how to do it myself. Learning a new skill, educating myself, expanding my wrinkly brain, and learning how to do something so I can then do it again at any time and continue learning and fleshing out that skill. Does it take more time? For sure. Is it incredibly fulfilling? Definitely. So it's like, I hear you, right? I get you, right? You're not replacing a studio. And if we take the employee or human element out of it entirely, you are kind of hurting yourself because you're not learning valuable skills. Now, piano and violin might be a bad thing to use because there are people that practice for years to get that skill built up. If you're learning 3D modeling, you can become a pretty decent 3D modeler in a week using YouTube and Blender. Free things. 2 free things. You can become a pretty decent 3D modeler in just a week using those 2 things. You know? DaVinci Resolve, a free editing software. You know? Unity. Unreal. Both are free to get started and pretty cheap to expand beyond. Like, you know, like, these are things that it's the same thing with, like, schooling of, like, these kids using AI to write a paper. It's like, sure, you saved yourself time, you know? But, boy, did you just remove that learning experience. You just completely removed that. You now didn't learn anything from any of that because you just typed it into a phone. You know? But hey, maybe that's the future we're heading towards. I don't know. Casually using AI is still going to ruin everyone's jobs because the greedy billionaires and company CEO will use it so there is no casual use for yourself without destroying the lives of millions. Yeah. But there needs to be laws that if you have so many people working on the project, you can't use AI or some other things. I mean, I think the laws need to be more restrictive than that. I mean, my VTuber models and learn live 2D by myself. Yeah, it's just like these are skills that you learn and you can craft, and it's a lot more fulfilling to do that. Like, what we're heading towards is just like depression, where nobody learns anything, and we just end up in a place where everyone is unemployed and nobody knows how to do anything. You know? Let me tell you a story. I haven't told this on stream, which is kind of surprising. Let me use a real life example. Heading towards Terminator Expanse? Yeah, kinda. I think iRobot was honestly a really good one. Or like Detroit, you know? Yeah. Over Christmas, I didn't go to our family Christmas because it was at like 1 p.m. So I didn't end up going to Christmas. So this is a hand-me-down story from my mother, who did go to Christmas. Every year, my family has, or really every get-together in general, my family does little games, right? Some years that'll be bingo. Some years that'll be something more involved, like a fucking, I don't know. You get the idea. It's like normal family get-together games that anyone can play, right? The list is infinite. This year, what they chose to do is my mom filled 2 mason jars, a big one and a small one, with 235 Skittles. And both of these jars had the same amount of Skittles. And the game was the classic carnival thing kind of thing of guess how many are in this jar. Closest to it wins. The idea of both of them having the same amount is that no one would guess that they have the same amount, right? So both of these jars had 235 Skittles. My family would walk up to these jars and they would look at these jars and they'd have a little note card thing and they would write down what they thought and then they would put it in a box, right? And then another family member would come up and they'd look at these jars and they'd spin it around and look at it like this, you know, really gleam everything they can from those Skittles, and they'd write down a number and they put it in the box. And this happened throughout Christmas, throughout the day until like around the last hour where the winners were announced, right? 3 of my cousins, 3 of my little baby cousins, I say babe, they're in college, you know, like 3 of my younger cousins, went up to these jars, and my mom was standing in the kitchen, talking to her sister, being the chimosas that they are, you know, gossiping. And my mom looks out the like little island window thingy, and she sees my cousins, with the mason jars, doing like this. They're doing this. And they were laughing. They were all like giggling, right? So they're going, yeah, all giggling as they were doing that with the jar. Now, my mom eventually walks out and says, "What are you doing?" And the main one out of the 3, her name is Kylie, was doing this, and she goes, quickly, she slams down her phone so that my mom can't see what was happening. Flash forward several hours later, where they announced the winners. She was using her phone to scan the jar so an AI could guess how many Skittles were in the jar. And all 3 of them wrote down like 230, 240, like it was close. It wasn't the number, but it was incredibly close. AI ruined my family's little game at Christmas. Just a little harmless game. And because nobody at the family get-together is a techie like me, you know, nobody understands what they could have been doing in that moment. Nobody called them out on it because they didn't know. So they won. Because nobody knew. And it wasn't until after when my mom came home that she figured it out. So then her sister, who's like these kids' grandmother, called her and was like, "Can you believe my grandchildren won that game?" And my mom, now knowing, had to keep it to herself that she knew that she cheated. Kylie is in college to become a teacher. AI is horrible. AI is really fucking bad. AI is really fucking bad. Yeah. AI is causing kids to not learn anything. More than its environmental effects, more than people losing its job, from my perspective, that is the absolute worst thing about it. AI is causing the next generation to not learn. And that sucks so fucking bad. That sucks so bad. Anyways, so that's my little Christmas story of my personal experience very recently with AI. It's fucked. Now I'm gonna deliver this liqueur flawlessly. Because we took our yapping break. People are more concerned about convenience than real human skills. Yeah. So, like, I get where you're coming from, Andre, right? Because, again, kind of, like, in a way, I think you're right, you know? But it's just, like, man, learning those skills is so much better. You know? Even if they're going to be obsolete because an AI will take over in 10 years... man, is it going to be more fulfilling if you learn it, you know? Who was it earlier that mentioned the Coca-Cola ad? Can you repost what you said? Because I did read that you talked about the Coca-Cola ad, but I didn't see what it was. I can convert Celsius to Fahrenheit and vice versa without AI. Bragging? Good. I can't. But that's another one of those things that, like, technology is kind of, like, not ruined, but, like, lessened of, like, knowing basic math and being good at it. I don't know. I mean, technology is always going to replace somebody, you know? But the question of, is that select technology worth replacing somebody over, you know? And in some cases, I think, yeah, for AI. A lot of others, no. But I think that, I think for me, where I am with AI, I think AI is a fantastic assistance tool, not something to be relied on. So, like, for me specifically, the only thing I use AI for, is when I'm writing a script, I use an AI that reads through it and sees if anything is repetition. Sees how many times I'm using a word. Sees how many phrases that I'm repeating using. That AI that I'm using that does that checks for repetition, it also has an option of recommendations of what to replace it with. So you can use the generative AI to replace that phrase or those words to like make them varied, right? I don't use that. I see that and I don't use it. Sometimes I'll click it and I'll see what it has to say, but every single time I will not write what it has to say. I will instead write my own thing that is maybe a little inspired by what it had to say, but not anything like what it said. Every single time. One of the two. And that's the only thing I use AI for. Basically to be an editor of my writing. Which I wouldn't hire, you know? Open a dictionary. I mean, the other option would be to hire someone to edit my scripts for me. Maybe down the line I will do that. But I am not in any way making enough money on these videos to validate spending it on that, you know? I am making enough, however, to validate spending it on CB to make thumbnails. Rather than generating an AI thumbnail for my videos, I'm instead hiring CB to make the thumbnail. I am making enough to hire Nikupe, who on the next video is going to be editing the B-roll, which is all the background footage behind the video. I'm hiring them to do the B-roll, which is all marked out by me. They just have to put the footage in the place. It's like a color by numbers game. I don't know. Craj, no, or is it? It's probably Chrono. It's probably either Chrono or Crano. It's probably an HJ instead of a JJ. I assume. Correct me. Thank you for the follow. I stream Thursday through Sunday at 10 p.m. EST. Feel free to come by anytime. Also do my monthly 12-hour streams. I make video essays, which is what I was talking about. Sounded right? It's Bill? Oh! Bill from Red Dead? Whoop! Yes, sir? Oh, hi! Now you know what I actually sound like. I don't know if this is the right way. It is. Hang on, I gotta lock in for a second, sorry. Oh, fuck! Okay. I gotta get to another worm spot. There we go. Yeah, right, Dumpling, she definitely counted those skills for quite a while. Even before AI things... I don't need... There were so many ways and techniques for things such as art and sewing that were a lost time, but now I feel like it'll happen more. I'm learning how to sew. I can't easily do basic math, but I can convert temps and cross multiply and divide fractions. My brain said no to normal division, but fractions is okay. Yeah, I'm weirdly better at multiplication and division than I am at addition and subtraction. Weird thing. We've come to a point where we have to decide how far technology advancing is actually worth it. I agree. Bill and Vile, who are now in chat, who play Red Dead Roleplay with me. For example, in that, a lot of people in Red Dead Roleplay use AI generative art for like their posters, their advertisements and stuff in game, just generalized art, right? They use a lot of AI for like generally art, which like I personally am not okay with. I don't use AI for that kind of stuff. I don't care that it's not for like work or anything. I'm not gonna do that. I would much rather use an app like Canva or Photoshop to take some assets and slap them together and make something, right? That's just me, right? I can't be that it's like, it's a lot. I can't be that upset at other people using AI for that kind of stuff because it's like, it's not their job. You know, like they're not getting paid to play this game unless they're like streamers, then it gets like a little bit more complicated if they're like streaming, but like, you know, it's not here or there. But like, I can't be that upset about it because like, it's the same shit as the D&D thing that I used earlier of like, you use generative AI to make the little tokens, right? Those little tokens, nobody's seeing them. You know, you're just gonna go to fucking Google and pick out an image anyways, right? Like, you're not gonna commission someone to make 90% of those. So like, is it really that big of a deal for your little home game of D&D that you're using AI generated tokens? I would prefer you not, but it's not that big of a deal, right? Then you get to the actual server itself. The Red Dead Roleplay server recently added trading cards. They're little gacha system trading cards that are in-game only for in-game money, not real money that you buy, and you can trade them to each other, and like you can sell them in-game to get in-game money and stuff like that. Like it's a whole thing. Some people are really addicted to it, right? It's a whole thing, and it's a really cool idea. It's functionally really cool. They used AI to generate the images that are on the cards. They have a Patreon that they're making money off of. They're making money off of running this server. I'm not saying that they necessarily needed to go out and hire artists. Most of the things all of the things that are on the cards are things that you can find in-game. These are the admins of the server. They can spawn things. If you want to make a card of a horse, spawn the horse, take a picture of it, and then put it on the card. Why are you using generative? It would take the same amount of time, if not 2 seconds more. Why are you using AI to generate these cards? That I'm not okay with. And I don't like that. And it completely removed any thought in my mind that I would have given money to their Patreon. Gone. Not doing. Not giving them money. Love the roleplay server. Been having a great time with Red Dead Roleplay. Not investing in their Patreon because they did that. It's tricky with time zones. Yeah, I mean, even I work with Bill, and I've seen Bill maybe like 4 times total. So that's what I meant by using AI to make. Hang on, wait. Using AI to make a game, like the way you use it to write the script. I work a regular job and don't really have time to learn how to make a game, like you don't have time to learn how to properly edit. I do, and also properly edit my scripts. It's just nice to have someone else look at it, like you would for someone hiring someone to edit your script. It's the same thing of like, I can't catch everything. If I have a few ideas for games, but can't afford to hire developers or learn to make a game from the beginning, then AI helping, then I see is fine. Counterpoint, Andre. Balatro is maybe the biggest game out of the last 5 years. It's up there at the very least, you know? Maybe if not the biggest, then it's close, right? Balatro is one of the biggest games. Balatro was made by a person who worked a full-time job and made it in their free time after work and on their days off. It was something that they were passionate about and they wanted to make. Could you make a video game to put on an iPhone or something in a week? No. I mean, you could, but it probably wouldn't be that great. Could you over the course of a year? Could you over the course of 4? You don't know all his circumstances? I don't. You're right. He eventually became full-time and worked on it. So did this is the same story for the developer of Vampire Survivors, by the way. Same situation. Worked a full-time job. After work, started making Vampire Survivors. The point is, that I'm trying to make, Andre, is you can do that. It's just giving up free time that you would use for other things. But if you're not passionate about it, you're making art. If you're not passionate about making the art of a video game, then you probably shouldn't be making the video game. If you're not passionate about streaming or content creation, YouTube videos, writing articles as a journalist, all of this is art. Drawing, painting, it's all art. If you're not passionate about it, then you probably shouldn't be doing it. You can learn better English for scripts, and have been, over time. And I write better now. I mean, you can see it in my fucking YouTube video. I write better now than I did 2 years ago on those videos, or a year ago. I have been, and I'm improving. So why use AI? Because, again, even if I was the greatest writer on the planet Earth, even if I was the greatest writer in all of history, I am but one man, and I can only catch so much. I can only catch so much. I have my eyes. It'd be the same thing as if I'm working as a retail worker. I'm combing the aisles trying to make things forward facing, right? Shit, what was it called? It was called, what did we call it? Unimportant, whatever, you know what I mean. Walking around the retail store, making things forward-facing, pulling things to the front so that they're more visible, making things pretty. I'm gonna miss something every time because I'm but one man with 2 pairs of eyes. I can only see so much. I can only catch so much. Will I catch more on a second pass? Yes. Will I catch more on a third pass? Yes. Will there still be things remaining on a 5th pass? Yes. Because I am but one man, and I can only see so many things. Not passionate? That's not a passion thing. That's a I'm a human being thing. Every single person is like this. You look at some of the best video games in ever made. There's gonna be errors or weird shit in their code. You know? Like, we look at this game, like, this isn't a flawless video game. There's errors everywhere. There's bugs that I've ran into. Like, that's what playtesting is for. Those are the editors of video games. You need help to get these things. So, like, for me, not Grammarly, I use Pro Writing Aid. For me, Pro Writing Aid is a little help to get it going. Do I use literally anything that it generates? Because what you're talking about is generative AI. Do I use anything that it generates? No. Not a single thing. AI is a great helper. It's a great tool to help humans, not to replace them. You rework it. I will read what it says, but I'm not going to write what it says. I have a full-time job with plagiarism of AI. What is, first off, well, now you can't hear me. As I was saying. First off, what is plagiarism of plagiarism? Second off, Second off, that's not what plagiarism is also, by the way. But that's not what plagiarism... I'm not rewording it word for word. I'm reading what it says and then being like, oh, okay, that's what you mean. And then writing my own thing. That's not what plagiarism is. That's what research is, if anything. That's not plagiarism. Third off, H. Bomber Guy has a fantastic video about that, by the way. I was trolling about that, but kind of is. I don't agree. That's not what plagiarism is. You can look up the fucking definition of plagiarism. That's not what plagiarism is. Reading something in a book and learning from it, that would be like saying reading the dictionary and then using the word that you read in the dictionary is plagiarism. That's what you just said to me. That's like if I looked up the word, galumpus. That's the name of my horse in Red Dead. If I looked up the word galumpus and read the definition in the dictionary and then used the word galumpus in a sentence, I was plagiarizing the dictionary. That's what you just said, basically. Third off, if I reword the game AI comes out with, how is it different from you reworking scripts AI comes out with? Why'd you say send? What? I was trying to figure out where the send came from. Typo? Okay. Did you mean to say so? Well, first off, making a game is a lot more than rewording something. Because this, like, it depends on where you're coming from. Are you using generative AI to make the art of it? If you're tracing, that is plagiarism. Are you using AI to make the to write the script? You can ask the AI, hey, what's the problem with this script, and then use it. Sure, go for it. Are you using the AI to write the script? Now you're using the generative part. That's bad. Are you using the fucking AI to write the story of the game? That's plagiarism. If you use that, if you reword that or use that for ideas, you're basically just making AI concept art. Making the AI concept itself is bad, but like that's just concept art. That's not necessarily bad. It's just giving yourself more ideas to fill your brain that you could have gotten elsewhere, I guess, but like I don't think that's bad. So like, is using AI to help with making a game necessarily bad? I mean, yes, AI in general is bad, but again, everybody has their own limits. Is using the AI to make the game, as in make the assets, make the scripts, make the writing, make the story, all that, yeah, that's bad. Like, when you say that I'm rewording it, I think you have a different idea of when I say rewording it. I mean, I see that it says that I used a lot of sticky words. Not Sticky the person. It says that I used a lot of sticky words, which means like, it's like a lot of contractions. It's like a, the, of, it, that kind of thing. I can click that and see what it generates to replace that with. 9 times out of 10, I will not use a single word that it generates. On the 10th time, I will read an interesting word that it says, like galumpus. I'll look it up to see what it means, and I'll use that word. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. I read that it used a word, and I'm like, I like that word, and then I use that word. That's what I mean. So, I know what you mean by rewording. Well, I just said what I meant, so I hope you did. Things people did when writing essays before, I don't know what that means. I don't know what you just said. I think that's a person. But it has the plural for uterus in there. Double uterus. Computers. Ah, that's very different than what you said. Same as people did when writing essays before computers and researching books in the library for info. I mean, kinda. You read what it says, reword and mix around. Nope. Use different words here and there and take it as your own. Nope. I read it. I see that it used a couple of words that I didn't think of. I write those couple of words. I do not use the sentences. I do not use the structure. I do not use the tone. I read a word, and I'm like, that's an interesting word choice. I use that word. That's all I do. Look, again, like, then you could use a thesaurus instead of an AI, and I do. I'm not gonna do it because I'm not fucking crazy, but if I looked up my history right now, there is a lot that is just like word synonym, word antonym. A lot of my search history is just that, of word synonym. I do that a lot. Oh, the game autopilot. So it seems like you're gatekeeping AI use? No. I have my limit. Everybody's limits are different. This is my limit that I think is fine. So this is my limit. You're a single person without the time to learn or hire someone, same as me. What I'm talking about is taking a single word from an AI that it suggested. What you were saying, or at least the way that I interpreted it, is that you're going to use AI to generate a script to program a game. Or use AI to create an art asset or an audio asset. Those are vastly different things. Those are insanely different things. When I write, I often Google word synonym. Yeah, I do that all the time. I do that all the time. I do that when I'm writing fucking messages in Red Dead. If I want to sound smart. Sorry. You have an idea for a script for your writing. You write it down, run through AI. I have an idea for a game. I write it down, run it through AI. What does run it through AI mean in this context? I don't have an idea for my script. I have an idea for a video. I write an outline. I write a second outline. I write the video after researching a bunch, obviously. I write the video, and then only then do I have an AI tool that scans my script and sees how many times I said through the butt. And it sees how many times I said the phrase through the butt. And then I replace some of the times that I said through the butt with a different phrase. like, into the app. You know? Yeah, it's spell check. It's the same thing that Grammarly was before AI was generative and crazy like it is. It's the same thing. It's just like, instead of using Google's spell checker that's just default, that doesn't do phrases, this tool does phrases. The AI part of it is, then I will look at what it generates. But I technically don't have to do that. But I do. But I don't write what it writes. So at the end, when my video is made, it's my video. Yeah. Which also isn't generative AI. That's just like a thesaurus. But they have it in their system. But I don't even think that's really... I mean, I don't know. It's not scanning my script to write similar to me. I don't know how it works. Now that I'm saying out loud, I don't even know if it's really generative AI. I'm going to continue saying it is. For argument's sake, because I'm not trying to, like, dismiss it. But I honestly don't know now that I'm saying it out loud. Easy suggestions on how to phrase things better. Like, did you mean up the bun? Yeah, I mean, yeah, stuff like that, yeah. Again, we all have our own limits. Like, I'm not trying to say that you're, like, in the wrong, Andre. I want to be clear. We all have our own limit. This is my limit. Right? This isn't a gatekeeping thing. This is my limit. This is where I cut myself off of I'm not using it any more than this. Right? And even then, again, if once I am making more money from these videos and I can validate it, then I'm going to hire someone to read through it. Right? So it's like, this is where I'm okay with using it. Other people wouldn't be okay with using it like I am. And that's okay. Right? Other people are not okay with even clicking that button at all and seeing what the AI has to say or whatever, right? A lot of people wouldn't do that. And that's their limit, and that's okay. Right? Like, some people are okay with having an idea for a script in programming and having an AI generate the entirety of that script, which usually has multiple errors, but still. And it'll write many of that entire script. Some people are okay with that. Some people are okay with the AI double-checking their script to make sure that there's no errors. Some people use AI to write comments in their script to properly mark it out so that they can go back and check later. Some people don't use AI at all while programming, and they figure it out on their own. These are limits that you set for yourself. You decide at what point it is wrong and bad, right? And there are points there where most people would agree that these things are bad, right? Public opinion would agree that this thing is bad. It just automatically alt-tabbed. That was crazy. There are points where most people would agree that you're using it this way, that is bad, right? There are parts where most people would think that. Does it make it necessarily evil? No, it's not that black and white, right? It's all based on your own personal decision. Just like how it's your decision to watch my videos when I'm using the AI spell checker or not. That's your choice. If you don't want to do that, that's okay. I'm okay with that. That's your decision, right? Same thing with someone playing Expedition 33, despite it using that one AI asset and others that people have found, right? It's one person's decision to play that game. It's another that isn't because they're not okay with that. And that's their choice. That's okay, right? Like, it's all just like, it's your own personal limit, you know? How far are you willing to go? If I see a YouTube video that uses an AI thumbnail, I don't like it. You know, like, immediately right then, I'm not going to watch it. You know what I mean? So it's like, you set your own limit, you know? Anyways, I'm going to go back to playing a video game now that Wade's back. You're welcome, Wade. I was waiting just for you. Yeah, anyways, I don't like that my Red Dead server is using AI art for, fuck. For, not for fuck. They're not using it for, well, they might be. For the trading cards, and it makes me a little sad, and, I don't like it. Can't make that jump? I have to go down. Now I have to go left. I'll draw all their posters. The problem is that they're not willing to pay. So, because like, why would they use the AI if they were willing to pay? But I don't know. I don't know. It's a slippery slope. You have to cut yourself off at some point. And if you see that it's used, then you don't know where it ends. Meanwhile, I'm vocally telling you where mine is. So. I should probably look into if that is actually generative AI. Now that I, like, talked about it, it is just kind of what spell check is and a festival. Maybe it isn't generative. Maybe it's just straight up, like, them having common phrases. You know? I don't know. I know it's not the point, but what's even worse is the AI pictures look shit too. Like, right? They're bad. Again, you're the admin of the server. Oh, this guy. You're the admin of the server. Just spawn a horse and take a picture of it.
Fadastama.
Maker, I bring a delivery from Bellheart below. A lacquer for your long work.
Yunkin Sendera.
Good, good. The seal to protect. May Falloom's fresh faces gleam bright. Take reward for service made, visitor. Gift for you to spend or treasure. A fine face is yours. Not my work. Not of this kingdom's craft. Not now, at least. But deeper form. Distant relationship. Some form of Falloom and our old leg duel.
Yunkin Sendera.
Now, to work. The master needed.
Interesting.
To exist, a face is needed. To work. All deserve a face, a chance to be, until I wither for the faceless I shall provide.
Now I'm gonna go die. I don't know. Again, with the AI, with the roleplay thing, it's like, I understand them using, like, the players using it for their posters and stuff. I don't like it. I get why they're doing it. It's whatever. But the fucking admins of the server using it for their official assets in the server, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like that. That's gross. They're getting paid. That's gross. Take AI out of my gooting. I want human-drawn porn. That sounds like a political poster. Take AI out of my gooning. Is there the big mites down here? I'm dying. Sorry. Do I have these? Do I have the big mamas? That's not the big mama. Where's the big... I think the big mama's up. Where's the big mama? No, I don't. Huh. I think the dust mite dudes, the other big guy, is only... Oh, hey. Is only, Ooh. I think they're only, in the Citadel or above. I'm not sure. I don't think they're down here. I think these are just mite. Not the fucking rock mite dude. Okay. Poor of sight, but possessing a keen sense of smell. It uses its bulk to charge at foreign scent. Remaining fierce so far into old age is an admirable trait. Far more hostile than the younger companions, but seemingly less likely to roam far from their nest. It's wild to me that there's nothing here when there is the fucking webs in the background. Hey, y'all got any new games in here?
Hola, hola! We've devised a final challenge for you, my lady. If you're interested, hit the target as many times as you can without missing. The more targets you hit, the more rosaries you'll win from us. Care to try?
I think I already did. Did I not do this already?
Hola, hola! Time to play! Take these straight pins and strike the target when you see it.
Okay. Oh! I can't miss a single time. I haven't done this. I got this. What? Whoop.
Rancamentis Faradalia.
Rincamendis Feradalia.
Bromato Tantak. Rancamentis Faradalia.
I'm doing great.
Sirata Sacrasila. Mindatu Yazabu. Rancamentis Faradalia.
I wish I knew that this existed when I did this the first time.
Sacrasila.
When I was practiced.
Mindatu Yazabu. Rancamentis Faradalia.
Oh, I can't afford it. Oh, ooh, I can. I got this.
Rancamentis Faradalia.
And by I got this, I meant that was a warm-up, and now I have it. Hi, Beal, how are you? And by that I meant that I needed another time to warm up so that I would be prepared to get it on this event. And by that I mean I had it this time. It was specifically the 4th time. After I said that I had it. I don't have excuses anymore, okay? I'm driving. I got it this time. I got it. I'll come back to it. Skullwing. Such feeble creatures could only survive thanks to the rarity of predators in these superheated caverns. A frustrating fiend. They flee beneath the bone whenever I try to strike them down. Well, huh?
Do you wear wigs?
No, I do
Do you?
not.
Have you worn wigs?
No,
Have you?
I have not.
Will you wear wigs?
Maybe.
When will you wear wigs?
There's a thing in here. There's a mask. How would I push this up? Can I go under it right here? Few creatures of that silk-stricken place would find nourishment enough to grow so large. Is there a secret here? So in order to get to where that mask is, I have to be underneath it in order to push that block up. Oh! We found it. There it is. Nice. One more. Maybe the last one in the game. I don't know. Okay. So I think the only things left are a giant moss bug, a Drapelord, which I think that was like a one-time enemy. And, as far as I know, we're gonna go check. Two pilgrims, which I don't know where to find, the pilgrims I think I'll have to look up. I have no idea how to find those otherwise. It would have to be like, it's either I look it up or it's just gonna be pure luck. What?
What has she brought it? More treasures waiting on a keeper's inside here. The sacred cylinders of our holy citadel. Pass them. Give them now, Shima.
Yes.
A gift, yes, we was born. This vault keeper shall glean what knowledge a great mind can.
Last surgery of conductor Mizello performed in Whitewood's operating theater. That's horrible. It's just the sound of a... turn it off. It's just the sound of a fucking bug being ran through with a pin.
Yes, see them all. Its collection gleams complete. Such sacred understanding stored safe. You have performed your part, Weaver's Spawn. The agreement is concluded. Knowledge and rosaries, all were passed fair. No more between us. Leave this keeper to its treasures and their insights. It has given its service. Now this keeper wants its time alone.
We got all the psalms. Ugh. Okay, so now that that's done, we have 3 dudes that we need to find. 2 of them might be in the memoriam, so I guess let's head back up to the zoo. Maybe I haven't been here. Is this new? Oh, look at him twerking. Oh my god. Get it. I don't know. So close to a perfect furred form. Only they'd have been able to breed out the spine. Hornet has like 2 things on her mind at all times. Thing number 1 is, can it kill me? Can I kill it? Thing number 2, so soft I want to pet it. And that's all she thinks of. That's her entire brain. Can I kill it? Can it kill me? Can I pet it? Can I scritch? Can I snuggle? Can I hug? That's it. It's one or the other. And you know what? I respect it. I respect it. Alright, the other thing that I don't think this is going to be here. I'm going to check, but I don't think it's going to be here. earlier... it was right. Earlier, we found the Drape Lord down here. Here again? But it was like kind of part of like a mission. Like it wasn't something that was just here. Yeah. I kind of figured that it would. Okay, so... if not here, then where? I could look that one up, but I feel like that one would be spoilers to know, because again, it was kind of a unique enemy for that moment. And I think when it's utilized again, it will be a unique enemy. So I think I might save that one until we're at a point of no return of some kind. Because I don't know where else that would be. I think the only one out of the... we only have like 3 left that we haven't found, I think. I'm going to do a quick scroll through them again, other than Lace. I'm going to do a quick scroll through once more. I'm pretty sure we're only missing the Pilgrims, which I am willing to look up, because they're just kind of normal enemies that are around. You know? Hello. Earth equipped this one well. In its assault, it becomes its own projectile. The Scuttle also uses, because it's a sprint, it also uses the tool that I have. These combine together. They're a synergy. I can scuttle really fast. A lucky bug to be able to grow old. Barloom's roads take much earlier. Okay, so that one was a random spawn. It turns out that the Drape Lord is also a random spawn. So I need to go back up to the Memoriam and to that spot, where they have a random chance to spawn. So that I can kill him. I feel much less bad about missing these two, simply because they are both random chances. I feel, especially for this one, because this is in 2 specific spots, and is a random chance in those 2 specific spots. Both are in weird places that I don't run through regularly. So it turns out that it has a random chance to spawn right here, where we seen it originally. That was the first one that we killed. And also right here, specifically in this spot. So it has a random chance to spawn in those 2 spots. I think when it's attacking the merchant for the wish, I think Jubilana, I think that's scripted. So it always shows up then. But after that, it's a random chance, which frankly, it's not like I don't like this to the point where this game was like a 7 and now it's a 6 or anything. But I don't like it. I don't like that there's an entire enemy that is that niche of a location that is random chance. But not that big of a deal. And I guess the random chance said that we get nothing. Zip. Nada. Yeah, so it's just a random chance for this guy to be here. I wonder if I ever seen it and then just didn't kill it. Don't know. Greed will always see some bugs swell above their kin. Wow. Wise. Based. Okay, is that everything except for Lace, which I obviously can't do because that's a boss that I'll have to fight at some point. That's just it saying, hey, you're gonna fight her again. There you are.
Friend.
Okay. Is Covetous Pilgrim. Strong bug, replete with rosary. If angered, they will whip their strings in an ceaseless onslaught. Is this abundance a sign of purity or greed? The way faith is measured in this land is curious indeed, right? It's like it's capitalism masked as faith. Because everything in this game is based around economy. It's like it's trying to say something. So the only thing I'm missing in my book that I know of, because there's certainly creatures that I haven't seen. I mean, like, there's bosses that I haven't seen that are going to be in the book at the very least. Other than Lace and things that I haven't seen, we have everything. Everything's in the book. So we did a little bit of grinding. We did a little bit of progress at the off rip. We did a little bit of grinding later. Now, next stream, we will see what is up that elevator that we opened using that song. We will see what's up there. And, assumedly, after doing so, we will enter Act 3. The finale of Hollow Knight Silksong. Which will assuredly last at least 100 more hours, right?